from the text of Isaiah chapter 60, beginning at verse 1 and concluding at verse 5. Isaiah chapter 60, beginning at verse 1 and concluding at verse 5. Ready? Let's read. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. You may be seated. I am sharing the third part of the message, Arise and Shine. It's a command. Why don't you command someone sitting near you this morning? Just look at them and declare, arise and shine. Arise, shine, the prophet Isaiah declares, for thy light is come. The words is come indicate that it is a present continual tense. It means, when the writer says arise, it means, as we've discovered previously, to change posture, to change position. To change posture has to do with a change of mental attitude, which will then result in a positional change in one's life. This word arise is an action word telling us to do something. It is a call to action, a call to get up, to make a move, to change position. One of the effects of arising is positional change. This change of position is related to the ability to shine. Now, shine has to do with being put on display. So when the writer says arise, shine, he says change your posture, change your position, and then God will cause his glory to shine upon you in such a way that you will be put on display. To shine is to be bright. It is to send out rays of light, to be bright by reflecting light. The interesting thing about the moon is that the moon is one of those things we see that shine bright in the sky, but research has shown that the moon actually has no light of its own. In fact, the surface of the moon is as dark as charcoal. What we see when we see the moon is a reflection of the light from the sun. The moon does not have its own light, but still shines because it is positioned in such a way as to reflect the light of the sun. See, the position of the moon determines how much of it we will see. We will only see a full moon when it is positioned directly in front of the sun, S-U-N. The truth is, the world will only see the full manifestation of God's glory upon us when we are directly positioned and aligned with the S-O-N. Jesus said in Matthew 5 in verse 14, ye are the light of the world. It is also true that gold and silver and even diamonds do not have their own light, but they glow as rays of light reflect on them when they are positioned in the light. As you arise from where you are as a believer, as a Christian, your position will change from where you are to where you ought to be, and that allows the light of God to reflect in your life. In other words, Isaiah says you will not shine, you will not be able to reflect God's glory until you arise, until you change your mental attitude, posture, and therefore change your position. The church has failed to attract and impact the world as much as she could because she's been in the wrong position. Isaiah says, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, talking to the church, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. People will see the glory upon you and acknowledge that you're shining. But it will not be your talent as a Christian that will make you shine. It'll be your position. I want you to note that your location will determine your allocation, and your position will determine your opposition. In other words, if you don't move from where you are, you'll not be given what you feel you need. But if you decide to arise, change mental attitude, change position, then once you change position, get ready for greater opposition. You see, actually, the kingdom of darkness doesn't mind that you be a cute little Christian. The kingdom of darkness doesn't mind that you come to church regularly, or that you even participate in the church's program. But what the kingdom of darkness does not want is it does not want you to move into a position where the glory of God can now be reflected through your life, and you now become an instrument to impact and change the world.